Let's go over a wide grip pull-up. Hand position wise, there is a range. Ideally, what I'm showing here is the widest we would want. The wider our position, the more upper lat and teres major we're going to be recruiting. Ideally, we don't want your elbows to drift inside of your wrist at the top of the movement, which is why I say this is probably the widest that I personally would go, because my elbows do start to drift inside at the very, very top of the movement. Now for this movement, it is fairly difficult. A lot of times we need to use assistance. So we have lots of options when it comes to assistance. Best option most likely being the assisted pull-up machine. Again, this one, really need to watch that grip position. A lot of machines set up a little too wide for most people. So as you can see here, when I get to the top, my elbows have drifted inside of my wrist. And we ideally want the wrist to be over the elbow at the top of the movement. So I'm going to adjust my grip, show you what we're looking for on a machine like this. For me, I need to use the closest I can possibly get on this machine. You can tell at the top of the movement, my wrist is over my elbow. From here, because the pad is giving me assistance, I can more easily pull myself up. For assistance, heavier you go, the more assistance that you're going to be given. Okay, it's going to be easier. Unlike other movements where going heavier means harder. When using the knee pad, or there's ones that have a foot pad or a foot lever that you stand on for assistance, you do want to make sure that we do have an engaged core throughout the entire movement. Hand position should be palms facing away the direction that your face is looking. If you don't have access to one of these, we still have two more options for assisted wide grip pull-ups. The first will be using a dual cable machine. So what we'll do is set up the pulleys at about like waist height, clip the carabiners together. You'll need to set the weight stack before you pull them together. If you need a lot of assistance, it can be hard to pull them together. Just keep that in mind. You can always ask someone to help you. Again, the heavier you go, the easier it will be because it's providing more assistance. Height-wise, you do want to make sure that the height is something that you can step up onto or that you can jump up to reach the handles like I show here. And then you'll step onto the cable. The cable will provide you support, and then just get your hands positioned in the right spot. You want, again, a wide grip, but not too wide. The nice thing about this setup and the assisted machine is that it's going to provide the same amount of support at the top and the bottom of the movement. Whereas the band setup that I'm going to show you in a minute will have varying levels of assistance depending on where we are throughout the movement. You may get some weird looks for this setup in the gym, but honestly, it's such a great setup. And then you can just jump down, and then you're just going to unclip those carabiners again. When you're finished with the movement, again, you may need some assistance depending on how much assistance you're giving yourself, because it can get pretty heavy. All right, on to our final option for assistance with this movement, which is with a band. Simply loop a resistance band. Long loop ones are ideal, but you can certainly use the tube carabiner ones. Just clip them together. Throw that band up on the machine and then step into it, grab the handles, and get going on the exact same move. Please make sure to put both of your feet in the band so that your body isn't lopsided one side or the other. And then once you're done, simply step out. I like to use the cable to kind of step down and release your foot from the band.